The cold December wind sliced through Maya's old, thin jacket like thousands of icy needles as she sat curled up beneath the overpass on Route 47. She pulled her arms close to her body, trying to keep whatever warmth she could hold on to. At just 17 years old, Maya had been living on the streets of Millbrook for 8 long months. It had started when her foster family moved 3 states away. Because of a paperwork mistake no one bothered to fix, she was pushed out of the foster system a year too early and left completely on her own. She had built a small hidden camp beneath the overpass, tucked behind a thick concrete pillar where road workers stored salt barrels for the winter. It wasn't much at all. A worn sleeping bag she'd pulled from a donation bin, a plastic tarp tied between the barrels to block the wind, and a small backpack holding everything she owned. Still, it was hers. More than that, it was hidden. Cars rushed past without slowing, and that meant the police hadn't noticed her yet or forced her to move on. Maya sat reading a water-damaged paperback she'd found in a little free library when she heard the sound of motorcycles. At first, it was a low rumble in the distance, like faraway thunder. Then it grew louder, stronger, until the ground beneath her seemed to vibrate. She leaned out from behind the barrel and watched as a line of motorcycles pulled off the highway and rolled into the rest stop about 50 yards away. Even from where she was, she could see the patches stitched onto their leather vests. They were the Iron Skulls Motorcycle Club. Everyone in Millbrook knew their name. They ran a legal custom bike shop on the east side of town, but people also knew they controlled most of the underground business in the county. Some folks respected them. Others feared them. Most felt both at the same time. Maya had seen their leader around town before. A huge man everyone called Iron Mike. He looked solid as a rock, with a hard face shaped by years of rough living and arms covered in tattoos that told stories of loyalty and violence. He had never noticed her. People like Maya didn't exist to people like him. The bikers gathered near the rest stop pavilion, their leather jackets creaking as they moved in the cold. Maya counted 15 of them. Every face looked serious. This wasn't just a friendly ride or casual meet-up. She was about to slip back behind her barrel when something else caught her eye. A car was parked far away on the dark side of the rest stop, well beyond the streetlights. Maya had learned to notice things that felt out of place. It was a skill you picked up fast when living on the streets. The car's windows were fogged, and faint shadows shifted inside. Something about it made her uneasy. The bikers were busy with their meeting, their voices drifting across the frozen ground in sharp bursts. Maya caught pieces of their talk: shipment, territory, northern route, things that didn't concern her, but she couldn't stop watching that car. Then the door opened. A small figure stumbled out. It was a little girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old, wearing a bright pink coat. She swayed like she was dizzy, took a few unsteady steps, and then collapsed onto the frozen pavement. Maya moved without thinking. At her last school, she'd taken a CPR course as part of a health class. The certification card was still tucked inside her backpack, one of the few official papers she owned that proved she existed. She sprinted across the rest stop, her worn sneakers slapping loudly against the concrete. The bikers didn't even notice her. They were too caught up in their conversation. When Maya reached the girl, her stomach dropped. The child's lips were blue and her skin looked pale and cold. She wasn't breathing. Maya fell to her knees, not caring as the ice soaked through her jeans. She gently tilted the girl's head back and checked her airway. It was clear. She searched for a pulse. Nothing. Carefully placing her hands on the small chest, Maya began compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. She counted softly, pressing hard, just like she had been taught. After 30 compressions, she gave 2 rescue breaths. The girl's chest rose. That was good. Maya continued. Compressions. Breaths. Again and again. What the hell are you doing? The voice thundered across the rest stop. Maya looked up to see Iron Mike storming toward her, his face twisted with anger. The other bikers followed close behind, forming a wall of leather and tension. She's not breathing, Maya shouted, never stopping the compressions. Call 911. Iron Mike reached them and suddenly froze, his face drained of color. Lily, he whispered, that's my daughter. His voice shook. What happened? What did you do? I didn't do anything, Maya said quickly, nodding toward the car while continuing CPR. She came out of that car and collapsed. It was about 30 seconds ago. One biker already had emergency services on the phone. Another ran to the car and ripped open the driver's door. There's a guy in here, he yelled. He's passed out. And there's drugs everywhere. Iron Mike dropped to his knees beside Maya, his huge hands hovering helplessly over his daughter. Is she? Will she? I don't know, Maya said honestly, giving 2 more breaths. But she needs to start breathing on her own. Come on. Come on. After almost 2 minutes, the girl suddenly coughed. Maya quickly rolled her onto her side as she vomited, her small body shaking. Her breathing was weak and uneven, but it was there. Lily, baby girl, Iron Mike whispered. He reached for her, but Maya lifted her hand. Don't move her yet. She's breathing, but she's still unconscious. The ambulance is coming, right? 3 minutes out, one biker said. Maya kept checking Lily's pulse as her mind replayed everything she had seen. The man in the car, was he her father? No, Iron Mike said quietly. I'm her father. That man is my ex-wife's boyfriend. He was supposed to drop Lily off an hour ago. I met them here because her mom didn't want him knowing where I live. His voice broke. I thought she was just being difficult. I didn't know he was using again. The pieces came together in Maya's mind. Drugs, closed windows, fumes filling the car. Lily trapped inside, breathing it all in. Did you see him hurt her? Iron Mike asked, staring straight at Maya. No, she said. I only saw her come out and collapse. She hesitated, then admitted, I was staying under the overpass. I noticed the car and something felt wrong. Iron Mike really looked at her then. He took in her thin frame, her worn clothes, the backpack holding her entire life. You're homeless, he said. Yes, sir. And you still ran to help my daughter, of course. Sirens wailed in the distance. Maya stood up, but Iron Mike gently grabbed her wrist. Please don't go anywhere. The next hour passed in a blur. Paramedics arrived and took over. Lily woke up crying for her father as they loaded her into the ambulance. Iron Mike rode with her but pointed back at Maya and told his club, watch her. Don't let her disappear. Police arrested the boyfriend and found meth, fentanyl, and other drugs in the car. At first, the officer questioned Maya, but the bikers backed her story, and security footage confirmed it. Maya sat wrapped in a blanket at a picnic table, shaking as the adrenaline faded. An older biker with a gray beard handed her a cup of hot coffee. Name's Roadkill, he said kindly. Maya took a sip. It tasted awful and wonderful. My name's Maya. Mike's gonna want to thank you properly, Roadkill said. That little girl means everything to him. Maya showed the message to Roadkill. He read it, nodded once, and said calmly, I'll make sure you get there. That night, Maya didn't return to the cold ground beneath the overpass. Roadkill, along with 2 other bikers, a tough-looking woman everyone called Nails, and a younger guy named Sketch, took her to a small 24-hour diner. They ordered her a hot meal, the first real food she had eaten in days. After that, they paid for a room at a motel on the edge of town. This is too much, Maya said quietly, feeling overwhelmed. Shut up and take the kindness, Nails replied, though she was smiling. Mike's orders, and when Mike decides something, that's how it goes. The next morning, Roadkill drove Maya to Millbrook General Hospital. The bright lights and clean hallways made her feel out of place. She suddenly became very aware of her worn clothes and tired face. But the moment they stepped into Lily's room, none of that mattered anymore. Lily was sitting up in bed. She still looked pale, but she was alive. When she saw Maya, her face lit up. Daddy, she said excitedly, pointing, that's the angel lady who helped me. Iron Mike stood up from the chair beside the bed. In the soft hospital light, Maya could see how tired he looked. But more than that, she saw something deep in his eyes, gratitude so strong, it almost made her uncomfortable. The doctor told me that if you hadn't started CPR when you did, Iron Mike said quietly, she would have suffered brain damage, maybe worse. You gave my daughter back to me. I'm just glad she's okay, Maya said softly. I want to do something for you, Iron Mike continued. And before you say no, Understand this, refusing would be an insult. You saved my daughter's life. That creates a debt. Maya had learned the hard way not to trust help that came with strings attached. I don't want to owe anyone anything, she said. You don't owe me, Iron Mike replied. I owe you. He pulled out a chair. Sit, please. Maya sat down. Iron Mike sat too, lowering himself so he didn't seem so large or threatening. Here's what's going to happen, he said calmly. First, you're getting an apartment. It's a small place above the bike shop. It's empty, and it's yours for as long as you need it. Rent-free. I can't. Second, he continued, not stopping, you're going to finish high school. I spoke to the principal at Millbrook High this morning. He's an old friend. You start on Monday. All your fees are covered. Maya felt her throat tighten. Why would you do all this? Because you saved my baby girl, he said. Because you're 17 and sleeping under an overpass, and that's wrong. And because I can help and I will. He leaned forward. I know what people say about us. Some of it's true. But we take care of our own. And as of last night, you became one of ours. You don't have to join the club or do anything illegal. Just let us help you build a life. That spring, Maya lived above the bike shop and finished her senior year. The Iron Skulls became her unexpected family. Nails taught her how to ride a motorcycle. Sketch helped her with math homework. Roadkill made sure she ate properly and showed up to school on time. Iron Mike never asked for anything in return. He treated her like family, not charity. Lily visited every weekend, and Maya loved braiding her hair and listening to her excited stories about second grade. People in town reacted in different ways. Some whispered about the homeless girl living with bikers. Others saw something better, a community protecting one of their own. A life saved and another rebuilt. Maya didn't care what people thought. For the first time in years, she had a home. She graduated that June with honors, wearing a second-hand dress Nails had carefully altered for her. The entire Iron Skulls motorcycle club showed up. Their leather vests and roaring bikes turned heads. When Maya's name was called, they cheered louder than anyone else in the gym. Iron Mike had tears running down his face. That summer, Maya started community college to become a paramedic. She knew exactly where her calling came from the frozen night at the rest stop. She wanted to be the person who showed up when everything fell apart. She wanted to save lives. She still lived above the bike shop, but now she paid rent by helping with paperwork and answering phones. Iron Mike insisted on treating her like an employee, not a handout. She appreciated that more than he knew. One August evening, Iron Mike called her into his office. Lily was there too, smiling from ear to ear. We've got something for you, Iron Mike said. Show her, Daddy, Lily said excitedly. Iron Mike handed Maya a leather vest, smaller than the others and shaped just for her. On the back, it read Iron Skulls MC, and beneath it, one word carefully stitched. Family. You don't have to wear it, Iron Mike said quickly. It's not a full patch. You're not obligated to anything. We just want you to know your family. Always. Maya's hands trembled as she took it. The leather was soft and worn. Later, she would learn it had once belonged to Iron Mike's wife. Thank you, she whispered. No, Iron Mike said quietly. Thank you for seeing my daughter when you had every reason not to. For acting when others would have walked away. I was just paying attention, Maya said. Exactly, he replied. That's what makes you family. 5 years later, Maya stood outside Millbrook General Hospital, wearing her paramedic uniform. She had just finished her first shift as a certified EMT. The work was exhausting and amazing. Her phone buzzed. Proud of you, kid. Come by the shop. Lily wants to show you her science project. Maya smiled and typed back. On my way. She climbed onto her motorcycle and pulled on her helmet. Just above her collar was a small tattoo, an angel wing with a date beneath it. The day everything changed. As she rode through town, she passed the overpass where she once slept behind salt barrels. She didn't feel pain or shame anymore, only gratitude. That place had been her lowest point, but it had also put her exactly where she needed to be. Maya learned that heroes aren't always the ones who have everything. Sometimes, heroes are the ones who have nothing yet still find something to give.